In this video, I'll be going through some changes that I've made to the FreeCAD TechDraw workbench regarding context menus and the toolbar. The main purpose of this video is to demonstrate the changes so that it is easier for the other developers to review the pull request, but I'm sure this video is also entertaining for people that are using the workbench and looking forward to this feature. So what is a context menu? Just a quick kind of recap. Context menu is something that appears when you right click on the page, and as the name suggests, it should pay attention to your context. So currently I've got nothing in my selection, but if I select a face and right click, it should change what is in this menu depending on what is in my selection. This would make it much more useful and would create a way to easily access commands that you would otherwise need to move your mouse to the toolbar to. Another problem is that the toolbar in TechDraw at the moment is quite overwhelming. There are a lot of commands here that probably shouldn't be here. It should otherwise be accessible from task panels or context menus, right? This is why we're making a video. So an example of the command that is probably quite not the best to have in the toolbar is like increase, decrease decimals for a dimension. There's much better places to be able to do this. Let's switch over to my branch and pay attention to the amount of commands in the toolbar. When I switch over, it will considerably shorten. So we've reclaimed about 6 commands worth of space. These are the commands that I've removed from the toolbar, and now they're accessible from the context menu. So if I right click on the page, firstly you can see I've added icons to the commands that were already there before, and I've added checkboxes to show you what the state is of these toggles. And then here's the money moment. Yes, context menus. This is dimension. All these are related to a dimension, and I'll just go through and show the other ones. This is a balloon. You can customize the format label. This is a leader line. You can add a world symbol to it. I'll just delete this so we can see that if I right click, you can add circle center lines to a geometric edge. If you right click on a geometric line, it just asks you if you want to edit the line appearance. And if you right click on a cosmetic line, it will ask you if you want to extend or shorten it. There's also ones for faces. There are context menus for just an annotation. And an example of something that doesn't have a context menu is a vertex. So if I right click on it, it just falls back to the page. So a design decision that I've decided to make is that right clicking on a element on the page adds it to the selection. All I did there was just right click on it, and you can see that the balloon becomes selected. Because the context menus actually read from your selection, and we have to ask ourselves, what does the user expect when they right click on a balloon? Probably to add it to the selection and view a context menu for it. This is not what was happening before. So if I just go back to the old version, if I right click on a balloon, that was a real click, not a right click. If I right click on a balloon, then you can see it doesn't add it to the selection. I don't really think there's anything else to cover. I'm excited to hear what you think. There's much more work to be done to the toolbar, more things that can be moved elsewhere, and this is future work at the moment. Yeah, let me know what you think, and excited to get this in the hands of users.